Call of Duty Modern Warfare might quite possibly be the most tactical Call of Duty experience we have ever witnessed in Call of Duty history. Now, the community is either going to take this in a very positive way, or you guys are going to be absolutely pissed at this. And I can understand why a lot of you guys would be angry at such changes into Call of Duty, because we've been, pretty much playing the same game for 12 plus years. I mean, the same style of play hasn't changed. And it's to a point where I almost feel like we are spoiled with action. Our action, when you play a Call of Duty game, you're finding people every like 5 to 10 seconds, you're finding a new enemy. And if you hopped on a game like Battlefield or Rainbow Six Siege, it might take a minute to find a group of people. A minute. And if you think about it, 1 minute isn't a long time at all. That's just 60 seconds of your day. And we as a community don't like that. I personally, I'm not talking about anybody else, but I personally complain when I can't even find anybody in 30 seconds in a Call of Duty match. I'm already saying, where the hell is everybody if I don't find anybody in that time period? So we're spoiled. We honestly are when it comes to action and Call of Duty titles. But honestly, I respect Infinity Ward's decision on making this a more tactical Call of Duty game. They said personally that they think Call of Duty is getting stale. They think it's getting dry. And that's understandable, because, we've been playing this game for so long. And it's the same exact experience over and over and over again. So I get where they're coming from when they're saying it's dry and boring. But do we as a community even care? I mean, when I hop on Call of Duty, I expect the same exact experience. Just maybe a different style of, time period, whether it's modern day, futuristic, World War II, the weaponry, new maps and stuff like that. That's usually what I expect out of a new Call of Duty title. I expect, a new time period, a bunch of new weapons, and a new experience. But at the same exact time, you have to take the devs into consideration. These people are the ones who are making this content for us, just like how I'm making content for you. You have to have the same understanding. They've been making this game for 10 plus years with the same exact formula. That has to get boring after a certain amount of time. That's like me making the same exact content for years and years and years without switching anything up, without switching my style up, without switching my flow up, without switching the games that I'm playing up, without switching between commentaries to live commentaries. If I never did that, YouTube would get stale, it would get boring, and I wouldn't want to do it anymore. And that goes for the devs as well. After 10 plus years of making the same exact game over and over again, it has to get boring. And I'm sure you guys would love if I just made commentaries for the rest of my life. If I didn't do anything else but make Call of Duty commentaries. But like I said, for a creative mind, it gets worn out a little bit if you do the same exact thing. And it's hard to stay creative when you start doing the same exact thing, and you start getting repetitive, and you start saying things and doing things and creating things that you've already done before, and people will notice. And I think that's what we notice as the Call of Duty community. We notice all this cheese, we notice all this bullcrap that they pretty much continuously put into this game. They don't have room to spread their wings. And jetpacks was a perfect time period for them. That's when they had time to spread their wings, to try something different, to try something new, to have different map designs, different features, different mechanics, and a game. They just did it too far. If they separated those jetpack CODs out, I think the community would have accepted it a lot more. Instead of just doing 3 jetpack CODs straight, if we did like 1 jetpack, 2 boots on the ground, then back to another jetpack, another 2 boots on the ground, then another jetpack, I think we would have accepted it a lot more than how we did when they just shoved it down our throats 3 years straight. But think about it. The devs were probably tired of making boots on the ground games, and they all wanted to experience jetpack CODs. They probably all wanted to experience the different map designs and the jetpack mechanics. They were tired of the boots on the ground feeling, and you have to just give them that space. They are creative minds. They make these video games. And much more than content. Forget me, man. Forget the YouTube grind. Content creators, it does take a certain amount of creativity. But these people create video games. They create masterpieces. They create a complete... Have you seen the recent Call of Duty story modes? They're gorgeous. It's pretty much like watching a movie, a film. These people are creative minds. And if you force them into a position where they can't be creative anymore, they're not going to enjoy what they're doing anymore, and you could tell with the content that they released. You could tell that they're not enjoying their craft anymore. Call of Duty Modern Warfare is right around the corner. They haven't shown us any gameplay, and me personally, I like that. Keep it a surprise, so when the game actually comes out, we enjoy it more. Because you guys know for a fact, once the gameplay comes out and we all see the gameplay, we're going to, YouTube is going to be popping. People are going to be making millions of videos about this new Call of Duty info. Everybody's going to get Modern Warfared out, and then nobody's going to care about it by the time it releases, and the hype won't be as real. But if we don't see anything, if it's no beta, if it's no gameplay or anything, maybe like a little taste of gameplay, but nothing too crazy that we know everything that's in the game, the hype will be so real when the game finally drops. But I'm getting off topic again. I always get off topic when I talk about Call of Duty. I love this franchise way too much. But they're taking it more tactical this year. They've actually talked about being able to reload your weapon while still aiming. Something that you can't even do in Rainbow Six Siege, which is a very tactical game. So this is an interesting feature that I would enjoy seeing in a Call of Duty game. And they're also talking about just tactical maps. How there will be maps that are practically pitch black, where you will be forced to use your night vision goggles. And just like in real life, it's going to be pretty much hard, hold your gun up and aim it while using night vision goggles, so you'll have to hip fire, you'll have a laser sight on your gun, and that's how everybody else will have to play too, or you'll just fight in the dark. So you're not alone. Trust me, you're not alone. It's not like you're putting on night vision goggles and then you have to fight a bunch of people who can ADS. No. If you have your night vision goggles on, the majority of the other people probably will have their night vision goggles on as well, which will lead for even gunfights. But I love that idea. I love the idea of very dark maps, but with night vision involved and included. Not like Black Ops 4 where it's pitch black and you can't see a thing. This is a different story. You'll actually be able to see in the dark. Also, another feature that they're talking about, I don't know if this is going to be campaign only or multiplayer. You see, this is the hard thing about Modern Warfare with all the details that are being released and leaked, is that nothing is confirmed yet. Infinity Ward hasn't confirmed much besides the dark maps and night vision goggles and what I'm about to say right now. But they're actually going to add in a feature where you can shoot through doors with, I don't think any other regular gun, but if you have a shotgun, you could pretty much shoot that door apart. And if you could shoot a door apart, I wouldn't be surprised if you could shoot a wall apart as well, just like you can in Rainbow Six Siege, which would lead for extremely tactical gameplay. And this would actually be the first time where you see a destructive environment in a Call of Duty game. Not like Ghost, where, the environment, reacted to certain situations like earthquakes or stuff like that. Not like Ghost, but actual, damage done to the environment. You could shoot holes through walls, which is actually unique and interesting in a Call of Duty game. Once again, something that we have never seen before. Also, if you could shoot through doors, wouldn't that mean you would also be able to open and close them? I mean, being able to shoot through a doorway doesn't just seem like it's like, some random door that would be in the way of an enemy. Usually that would be leading into a room that you would want to breach into. So if you could shoot that open, you could probably just regularly open the door and close it. So does that mean that we're not going to see the traditional, just open doorways that we usually see in a typical Call of Duty game where you can just run through and mind your own business? Where you actually have to approach a building, open the door, you can close it behind you if you want. Will the sound affect it with how hard you close it or how loudly or quickly you open it? There's so many different things that could possibly be happening in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It's awesome to think about, honestly, because it's like some candy for my brain right now, because I'm just getting so excited for Modern Warfare. But at the end of the day, I just want you all to stay calm. Everybody out there who doesn't want a tactical Call of Duty game, stay calm, relax, take a deep breath with me, come on, and just let it out. Just let it out, calm down, relax, okay? Because this isn't as bad as you think. Trust Infinity Ward with what they're doing. Infinity Ward has always made amazing Call of Duty games. And no matter how tactical they're talking about it, this happens every year. They always mention new features and new things, but the gameplay always turns out the exact same way. They know they can't mess with the gameplay. And even if they do try to make this game more tactical, it would be in a Call of Duty fashion. They can't mess with the core gameplay of Call of Duty. They have millions of fans on the line right now with this exact title. If they mess with it, they're going to be at a huge disadvantage next year for the next upcoming Call of Duty title, which is actually, I guess it's confirmed. I don't want to say completely confirmed because they still have time to change it, but they did confirm that it's going to be Black Ops 5. So Black Ops 5 is going to be in some huge crap if this game doesn't come out correctly. So I think Infinity Ward already knows this. They know what's going on. They know that this is definitely a deal breaker. So they're not going to make it, insanely different from any Call of Duty experience. It's still going to play like Call of Duty. just probably with some different, interesting minor tweaks to the gameplay and map design. And I know I said that I wanted a traditional Call of Duty game just so we can have something to fall back on. But I'm always open-minded to everything, whether it's advice or topics or just a game in general. I'm always open to see what they could possibly do with a brand new experience. So honestly, I'm very excited to see how they could bring a more tactical approach to the traditional Call of Duty styled game. But at the same time, you know, I did want my traditional Call of Duty game, but like I said, everything's clear. I'm not having any high hopes for this game. I'm not putting it too high. I'm going to relax. I'm going to wait to see what happens with this title. And we will see. It might not even be a tactical experience. Everything might just be scrapped, and they might just make it a traditional Call of Duty game, just like World War II did, where they didn't really have too good of a start, and then later on, they completely scrapped everything and just made it like a Call of Duty game. It might be the same thing with Modern Warfare, but we'll have to find out and see. That's going to sum up this video, everybody. Thank you all for checking out yet another one. I really do appreciate it. And shout out to the Endgame Squad, as always, for making it to the very end of this video. You guys know who you are. I thank you guys so much for the support that's shown on this channel. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And also hit that bell notification button as well. Always helpful. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, dislike if you hated it. And you can always follow me on Twitter and on Twitch. Both of them are at JbowenDaMan. Thank you guys for checking out this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.